The Democrats are the party of hate. The Democrats are the party that said he's a Putin asset, he's a Russian puppet. The Democrats are the ones who signed affidavits and lied to a court so that they could spy on a president of the United States. The Democrats are the ones who said that we're destroying democracy. Let me tell you something about Donald Trump. Let me tell you something about Donald Trump. Donald Trump is one of the most generous people you'll ever meet. He does all kinds of things that people have no idea about. And by the way, if he were selfish, he'd take his money and tell all of us to go F ourselves based upon the way this country has treated him. This guy got shot.
About him
Don't tell me he's selfish.
Are absolute fools.
No, let me tell you something. Donald Trump is the only one who moved the embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. He's the only one who got the Abraham Accord.
Why aren't Jews voting for him?
I'm not going to fight with you anymore, Jessica. But I know the man, and the facts lie. And he'll lie anything you say.
Apparently, I have stirred up a little something, Jesse.
I would call it a hornet's nest.
Oh,
yeah.
I would agree with Jessica. The Jews are not foolish. I definitely have so much respect for the Jews. Kamala Harris, you say, cares about people. Well, why didn't she call the Gold Star families when all of those people died? Why did she let fentanyl pour into this country and just wreak havoc? Why does she just let prices go up and do nothing about it, Jessica? Why does she let criminals go prey on elderly people in our cities? A person that cares about other people doesn't do it. You talk about the Haitian situation.
Yeah.
Border Patrol agents were trying to prevent illegal aliens from breaking into the country. She lied, said they were whipping them, and then imported and inserted 300,000 Haitians into this country where people don't even know how to speak Spanish anymore, have a translator to go to kindergarten. That's what's happening, Jessica. And let's not argue, please. Come on.
Yes,
What does it tell you about her? She is the antithesis of what she says she is. She says she's a prosecutor. She says she's an attorney general. She's in favor of law and order. She is the exact opposite of a caring prosecutor. Prosecutors, by definition, care about the victim. They care about the person. And let's talk about ICE. How do you connect it with ICE? You talk about the fentanyl coming through the borders. You talk about 300,000 kids that you lost, Kamala, who are now involved in child trafficking, who are being abused, who are being used in child labor. All right. You claim that closing the border is a violation of federal law. Well, what about the fact that so many dirtbag illegals are coming through? And we heard them in front of Congress today. Tammy Noble's daughter was killed by one. Rachel Morin, a mother of 5, was killed by one. Jocelyn Ungari's mother had to talk about how her 12-year-old was stripped from the waist down and raped by 2 men and thrown in a river with her ankles tied to each other. Now, I'm sorry I have to say that, but let's get real. This woman doesn't care about people or victims or law and order. So stop buying into, oh, she's got values. She's got no values. She's got no moral core. That's the end of it.
Donald Trump's.
Woo! You just can't make this up. You just can't make it up, y'all. They gotta go. They got out of here. It's time to pack your bags. Oh, what's going on to them beautiful patriots around the world, my brothers and sisters? Hope everybody is blessed, well, healthy, and that nothing but the best is going on in all you beautiful people's life. I love y'all, man. One love to the human race, baby. How y'all feel about that debate, man? Before we get into this huge heated take, man. They got Jessica out of there. I mean, it got very, very heated on this take. They're talking about the presidential debate on the 5. And we just broke down the debate that just took place. 3 verse 1 is trending around the world. Moderators is trending around the world with over 1 million. Oh my gosh, look at that. I'm putting a highlight on it. 1 million. That with rigged, the ABC and moderators. And the moderators has over 1.2 million posts of people using moderators in their tweet, in their post, just in the past hour. Wow. And there's tons of polls saying Trump won. We're seeing even 90%, 80%, 70%. This is, man, I tell you guys, you cannot make this up. Some of the people are saying it was also tied. Some of the people are saying, she didn't answer the questions. We didn't, fully get her policies. It was more lies. She didn't get fact checked. It's like they said that the moderators did a better job debating Trump than she did. Man, she didn't get not fact checked not once after saying bloodbath, and we all know all this stuff has been debunked, y'all. The Charlottesville host. I mean, it's crazy. Project 2025. You just can't make this up, man. But I love Trump's ending statement. And a lot of his, again, he left us with tons of clips like I told you he would, that would make us laugh. And that would hit a huge soft spot with it. But it's crazy, you guys. We're living in the biggest history yet. And a very, very important time in all of our lives, man. And this also, this election will also go on to affect our kids' life. It's very important, man, that we go out and vote. This is huge right now, man. It's a lot of things that are going on, and it's very, very corrupt, man. And we got to save America. America isn't America anymore. I want to be real with you guys. There's a lot of brainwashing going on, fake news, bias reporting, fake headlines. And they control everything. How we speak, everything we eat. I mean, it's corrupt down the line, man. But hey, we blame Trump for everything. Millions are struggling, are dying. There shouldn't be any wars. But hey, come on in. We got everything for you. We got homeless veterans on the street, dying. Well, come on in. Crime is through the roof. People are scared to walk down the street. People are scared to send their kids off to school. People are making life decisions inside of a grocery store. People riding with check engine lights. When I get paid next month, I'll maybe the month after. She should just one of those little error codes. The light will come off. Oil change was due 2 months ago. That gas light come on. I'll get gas. I got work is only 5-10 miles away. I can make it till Thursday or Friday, and then I'll get gas. I get, when that light comes on, I get about 30-40 miles left in the tank. I should be able to make it. Money's tight. That's real. People are struggling, man. People have to put food on the table. Businesses are shutting down. Jobs ain't calling back. It's real out here. But hey, let's get into it, man. This Jessica thing got real heated. And as we expected, and we knew something like this would happen as the week, as the debate was finna kick off around when they were live, when this was being aired. But comment down below how y'all feel. We see a lot of people. We just dropped the video literally a couple minutes ago. But you guys might see this video tomorrow or in a couple hours from now. And everybody was we're all on the same page, man. But too big to rig. Trump just knocked out a 3-1 in a presidential debate. But again, he expected this. He knew what he was walking into. He said he had a slight chance that they would have been fair. Like CNN was fair with the Biden debate. But as we've seen tonight, it was a 3-1. An absolute disgrace, man. And they're talking, and also trending as well. A lot of people are posting Kamala Harris earrings. the Nova earrings, the audio earrings. So this is, I'm telling you, a lot of things are hitting the fan. We're gonna find out what happens with all of that. But let's go and check this out. Enough of me yapping and japping. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new here. Hit that like button, man. Spam that like button so more people can see the video. And again, we're gonna continue to spread the truth and call it for what it is. And we are sick of all this crap. Imagine if they treated Trump fairly. Just imagine. Just imagine what we would be if they treated Trump fairly. Now there's so much hatred. Just people are divided, man. Trump derangement syndrome is real. And the mainstream media, the fake news, the fake headlines, taking clips, spinning things, taking it out of context is one of the big reasons why people have Trump derangement syndrome. Why people have so much hatred for Trump. And why they can't think for themselves and go and just do their own research on what really happened, what was really said. And a lot of things have been debunked. But again, Kamala Harris didn't get fact checked not once tonight. Because again, they're for Kamala Harris. That whole network. And then come to find out her friends work. They're all have a family there at ABC. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. She got the questions before the debate. It was just a rehearsal. And who knows about the earring situation? And Trump still came out on top. Trump versus everybody.
Exciting, because you know why? They've never met. Donald and Kamala have never met. But the interesting thing is, America has met Trump. They haven't met Kamala. So this is more about her. Like, America needs to hear from her.
The pressure's on her. This is the first impression. And every time people do get a look at her, they don't like her. When they saw her in 2019, they didn't like her. Whenever they saw her as VP, they didn't like her. Her numbers nosedived after they saw her at the convention. So 90 minutes of Kamala is not good for Kamala. And Trump just has to keep her on the defensive and explain why she believes these radical, dangerous things. Now, if she just pivots and says it's about values and then attacks him, that's what she wants to do. She wants to be attack, attack, attack the whole time. Because what does she have to lose? Remember, they didn't like what Biden did last time, not just because he fell apart, because he didn't land any great shots at Donald Trump. If she comes out and just goes crazy and just starts going rapist, Jan 6, this and that, and Trump gets flustered or Trump is then on the defensive, then she wins. So this is huge for her because this is the only debate. There will be no other debate besides this. If she wins, she coasts. If she loses, maybe she begs for another one and Trump says, fine, we'll do it on Fox, and puts the pressure on her. I expect her to do one thing, and she should say this if I were advising her. Once Trump just says, you did this, you did that, why should we trust you to do anything you're promising? She should just look at him and say, I'm not Joe Biden. I'm not Joe Biden. You know how he does a little thing, a little swagger? I'm not Joe Biden. And if she does that, that could just really make one of those moments. Yeah, you don't look like Joe Biden. You were only his VP. And that might give her a little distance because what she wants is distance. Trump is going to make her look like Joe Biden in a pantsuit. And if you could say, I'm not Joe Biden in a cool, fun way, that might help her out. Other than that, she's got a lot of work to do because we've never seen her take a punch except once. And she had a glass jaw.
By the way, that is an analogy for people at home. He's not talking literally a punch or literally a jaw made of glass, just for those bloggers out there.
Thank you.
Judge, we had this montage of disturbed talking heads. Are they sincerely worried, or are they just trying to build low expectations so that any by showing up, she wins.
Yeah, it's setting low expectations. So when she goes out there and she doesn't get involved in any kind of a stumble or any kind of a word salad, they say, gee, you know, she really is good. She looks good. She smiles. Look, this is all about Kamala Harris tonight. It's not about Donald Trump. People know who Donald Trump is. And Jesse, you're right. This is the most important thing that is happening so far in this debate. Normally, people don't decide who they're going to vote on based upon the debate. But as the press has made it so easy, I think the Wall Street Journal said it, the press has made it so easy on Kamala that this debate is now like the single most important thing that will turn people's minds one way or the other. Look, she's had 7 weeks without using or taking advantage of the fact that she could speak to the American people. And she only has herself to blame for the fact that no one really knows who she is. Trump is going to come out, he's going to talk policy. She's going to come out and she's going to talk. She's been focused on Donald Trump for 7 weeks. She's been on lockdown for 7 weeks, waiting for that one moment when she can say that one line that's presidential. But here's the bottom line. If you're not authentic, it doesn't matter what you say, they're not going to believe in you. That is the most important thing anyone running for office. I don't care what you say. If you believe it, you can get away with it. And finally, I mean, she is behind what I think it is now Latinos and independent voters. She was ahead 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. The longer she goes, the worse it is for her. So in the end, she has a lot of work to do. 28% don't know her policies. She's got to separate herself from Joe Biden. But all of her experience comes from being the vice president with Joe Biden. So she'll attack Trump, but she's got to recognize that she has to establish herself affirmatively.
All right. So, Jessica, I have a thoughtful question for you.
I dare you.
Oh, God. Dare accepted. Okay, I'm watching like the media. I watched CNN come out with this fairly devastating thing yesterday about her radical ACLU questionnaire. And you see the New Republic coming out with stuff about this plagiarism. If this debate is bad for Harris, will they switch her out? I mean, they let Biden pick his successor before. They didn't have a primary. I mean, what's to say they don't do it again? I got this sense that maybe they're getting cold feet. Am I wrong?
Truly. Actually, astronomically wrong about this.
Really?
Yeah, well,
I mean,
yes.
You're
And
supposed
also,
to
how
say
would
that,
happen?
Jessica.
No, no one told me I had to say that. I genuinely thought about it, and then I said astronomically wrong. No, Kamala Harris is 100% the candidate now.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
Well, no, that's not it. Jesse said that the more the American people see Kamala Harris, the more they dislike her. And that's just not true. So her favorability has gone up.
Here you go.
Donald Trump's remains in the toilet, and J.D. Vance's has already been flushed.
46%.
No. Have you looked
According to
at
the New York
that?
Times poll, it's at 46%.
No. Have you looked at it compared to Kamala with undecided voters?
Let's
Let's not. Okay. Well, I totally agree with the fact that this is a huge night for her. So it's big risk, but also big reward if it works out. And in the CNN poll, 48% of undecided voters said that they wanted to know more about her. It was only 18% of people who wanted to know that about Donald Trump. And I would rather be the person that has a ceiling that I can keep going up towards that ceiling. Donald Trump is most likely maxed out. And this is the way that it's always been. He hits a ceiling. Joe Biden got ahead of him. Hopefully Kamala Harris will get ahead of him and win the presidency in 2024. So she does have this room to make a good impression on people. I believe that she will. I think preparing for things is a good thing. I just hope she is not over-prepared, because that can catch you if you just want to get too much into a response.
I don't think that's a problem with Kamala, being over-prepared. I think we're pretty confident that's not happening. So, Dana, I'm sorry I can't come to your place tonight to watch, but save me some of your queso, okay? I think everybody is basically saying the same thing. Yep. I mean, and Jessica, rarely, she's right, is that there is like only Kamala can do better.
Right.
Because she's so low.
No.
Yes. Trump doesn't need to convert the converted. Should he adjust his rough edges, or should he just do what he always
I don't
does?
know. I think that, like, honestly, I'm like running out of airspeed and altitude when it comes to talking about what they should do. Because at this point, I'm like, I think we have beaten this horse to
what should you do?
What I should do is make some queso. I think there are very few undecided voters right now. I think there are people who are deciding whether to vote, not who to vote for. So both of them have an opportunity tonight to say, this is why you should vote for me. And yes, I think Kamala has the most room to grow in terms of people who say they don't know her, right? A lot of the independents, Latinos, blacks all said in that New York Times poll, we would like to know more about her. So she has, the stakes are higher for her tonight than they are for President Trump. In the New York Times poll, 88% of people said they knew enough about him.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, some people love him. Some people do not. So what does he need to do? I think to show to the American people, he wants to be commander in chief because he wants to be the leader of the free world and he understands the gravity of the situation. I think that her flip-flops are something to be talked about. Her campaign runs, they just go in circles. The best thing that will ever happen to the people who work for her campaign is for this debate to happen so that they have something to say, so that they can say, she answered that. She said this, she said that. Because for the last 3 weeks, all they could say is that, well, you know, she did 90 interviews as vice president, but nobody paid attention to those because they weren't, she wasn't the candidate. I think talking about her records and plans is more important than talking about her flip-flops, because her record and her plans became Biden policy. And that's what's led people to feel like they don't like what's happening. But the thing that she does have, regardless of how it goes tonight, even if she totally bombs, the Democrats, and with Kamala Harris, they have a cash advantage that they are going to press. And so it's not that there isn't plenty of money in politics. I'm not saying there isn't enthusiasm on the Republican side, but they have a system to get Democrats to continue, like, throw them $20, and that cash advantage can make a difference in getting out a vote of undecideds who are going to decide this elections, like in 7 states, tens of thousands of people. That's it.
All right. Well, for somebody who didn't have much to say,
Sorry.
it's okay. I'm kidding. Am I?